Pesach Sheni, tomorrow, Yitzhak Hashem is Pesach Sheni. Now, it's interesting halacha that there are very few days that we don't say Tachnan, and the minhag of the world is to come that you don't say Tachnan on Pesach Sheni, right? As a matter of fact, for those people who say Bahag, they have a sigh of relief because they don't fast. Anybody who fasts, and many places they don't even say the Slichas on Pesach Sheni. That was, Rav Tukachinsky says, it was a minhag of Bnei Yerushalayim. That was their decision. I don't know what the other luchas say, but Tachnan you say this afternoon at Mincha. Why? Because the Pesach Sheni only starts tomorrow afternoon. They would check the Korban Pesach for Pesach Sheni in Yud in the afternoon. Why do they celebrate Pesach Sheni on Yud Dalet rather than Tesvav? The holiday is Tesvav. So some say, I saw brought that there's a Zohar that says the specialness of Pesach Sheni is on Yud Dalet. Why should the specialness of Pesach Sheni be Dafka Yud Dalet? After all, the holiday of it, the eating of the Korban Pesach is Tesvav. So I think that the reason is because the Yesod of Pesach Sheni is Dafka the Shchitas Korban Pesach. Why? What happened in the Midbar? Hashem said, make a Korban Pesach. People came and said, we're Tamei Meis. We're not going to be able to bring the Korban Pesach. We're going to lose out. So they go to Moshe. Moshe says, wait, I'll go to the Rabbi Shalom. The Rabbi Shalom says, they can do it Pesach Sheni. Hafle Pella. Because the people felt that they lost out, Hashem made a new Yom. Made a new day, a special day. Pesach Sheni celebrates the person's ability to change Dinei Shamayim if you really sincerely want something. And that's perhaps one of the main lessons of Pesach Sheni. Pesach Sheni says, Ein davar omed bifnei ratzon. If you really want something, you really care, then you can do it. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will help. And that's a musar in life. In most things, if somebody really wants, then you put yourself out to do your efforts and to do, and then the Rebbeinu Shem blesses and gives the bracha that you're able to do. Okay? That's the lesson of Pesach Sheni. We all have to apply that in our lives. Because the pshat is that the ratzon doesn't mean, oh yeah, I'd like to be. There's one of my Rabbi, Rav Yosef Tendler, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, Menahel when I was in high school in Ner Yisrael. He said, everybody wants to be a Gadol B'Yisrael. But that's where it ends. I want to be a Gadol B'Yisrael. The question is, what do you do about it? A ratzon that's true means I have determined, I've decided what I'm going to do. And when that happens, that really makes a difference. Then it becomes a ratzon which is true. When the people for Pesach Sheni got up and they went to Moshe. Lamani Gorah. They took the effort. They had the initiative to get up and say, we can't, we're screaming, we're missing out. Oh, that's real. When it's real, HaKadosh Baruch Hu goes ahead and follows it through. Other examples of it, but just to be brief, that is a nekudah. We should all learn to be able to apply that in our lives. I'm leaving to the States tomorrow morning, if it's Hashem, and I'll try to post also with this telephone number that people can reach me in the States, those Talmidim or in the United States, or from Eretz Yisrael. Also leave a number. Just to mention briefly, at the end of this week we have Lag BaOmer, and the specialness of Lag BaOmer is it's the fifth day of the fifth week, which is the count of the Sphira, the midos that are there, right? It's the Hod Shebahod. And the idea of Hod is when there's that which is on the inside, that which is the feeling of closeness to Hashem, what Aaron HaKohen had, the sincere connection to HaKadosh Baruch Hu that shines forth, right? And that is perhaps the yesod of what Rav Shimon Bar Yochai stood for, because he's credited for the idea of Kabbalah, for the Zohar. The pshat is that Rav Shimon Bar Yochai brought out the deeper sense of what Rabbi Akiva, who is the Rabbi of Shal Yisrael, set forth, the deeper feeling that came out in terms of the midrashic part, the more agada part of Torah. But that brings out the emotion. And that's the deep emotion that it's an amazing thing Lag BaOmer has brought out in Klal Yisrael and expresses itself, and more. In a door, our door, this has come to have very great meaning, even though in previous doors it was not as great and as widespread. Because we're dealing in a door who are so rich in technology, but technology is the stuff of clear, straight thought, not emotion, right? And people are looking for the emotion. People are looking for the feeling. And that comes out on Hod Shebahod, in Lag BaOmer. And that perhaps is the deeper part of the meaning of the celebration of Lag BaOmer. And therefore, that's something to work on. That the emotion of Yahadut should be brought to the fore. That's what the chizuk of Lag BaOmer should be. So, Bezrat Hashem, coming on Friday, we should work on those ideas and those notions of Pesach Sheni, a sincere desire, which means and translates itself into action, and Hod Shebahod, the emotional feeling, that we should allow that emotion to come out and to play a role in our way that we serve HaKadosh Baruch Hu in our everyday life. We should be zocheh l'kach, and therefore through that be zocheh to the full Yeshua, to the full ability to express our real desire of the Yerushalayim Mircha Barachim Tashu, and at the same time, when the Leiv of Klal Yisrael, V'hayeshev Leiv Avos Banim, bring the hearts back to their Rebbeinu Shalom.